night of April 16th, 2017 was like no other night. Although it was Easter Sunday when the people celebrated the resurrection of Christ, the Anambra converged at the Ekwueme Square Awka, the state capital, in the spirit of Easter to celebrate another kind of resurrection, the resurrection concert of the POPSTARS of the 1970s.
With all our hearts, we pray and ask, God bless Anambra, God bless the shining light that we get. We're the only ones to make a brighter, the only ones to make a better, the only ones to make Anambra shine.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, time to cheer the roof of the Soky. First on the bill, Aktion. Action! You shouldn't mess around with sugar daddy on your life. You shouldn't mess around with sugar daddy on your life.
Came from far and near to enjoy the Easter musical concert organized by the Obiano-led administration. This concert was like no other. Organized through the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs, Culture and Tourism, tagged Resurrection Concert, POPSTARS of the 70s, it will be the first time in over 40 years that the 11 top pop and funk groups of the 70s would perform together in one show. Governor Obiano's primary purpose of the concert was to evoke nostalgia and reawaken the spirit of enterprise with their breed of music which united the Igbos back in the days.
Here we have a governor who, in any literature on leadership, has empathy. Empathy is a very important attribute of leadership. So here he was, in his aristocratic comfort, still show remembrance, touch with the things, little things that matter. So POPSTARS of the 70s wasn't all about musical concert or musical show. It was about a narrative in Nigerian history. The things that happened, the forces that caused a change in the lives of people of Igbo extraction post-Biafran Nigerian Civil War in the 70s.
We want everybody to be happy. We want everyone to be satisfied. All we need from you is peace and love. All we want from you now is brotherhood, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Right on, right on, baby, right on. Let's go, people, let's go, let's go. Right on, right on.
pop and funk groups contributed immensely in invigorating the Igbo spirit downcast by the ravages of war. This was through the export of profoundly creative music, which helped in no small measure to rebuild morale, confidence, and competitive spirit in the war survivors.
We've expected such a thing for a very long time, but now that somebody who has the passion for the musicians of the 70s, those who started this crusade, we played for passion, we didn't play for money. When we started, we didn't play for money. So now that guys who love our contribution in the musical industry then have to package such a concert, it's something worth praising, and I thank them, I doff my hat for them for doing that.
We don't know how to say thank you to the governor of Anambra State, Governor Willie Obiano. I don't know how he kind of found out that, I don't know, he was somebody in the 70s and he knew what we did. And the way he's presenting us, you know, we can't say thank you enough, because we thought this thing had gone. A lot of us are no more playing, and a lot of us have gone to retired, you know, to villages and stuff like that. But today we could come to the stage and do the things that we did in the 70s. And goddamn, man, those days was something else. It was our life. It was everything that we had. A lot of us, you know, stopped, you know, kind of paused in our studies. You know, a lot of us didn't complete education based on the love and the passion, the interest we had in music and the talent we had, and we had to do something. For him now to come and call upon us now to make us feel that what we did in the 70s was worthwhile, I doff my hat for him. Say kudos, you know, God bless him. He's doing a great job.
The primary purpose of the concert was to stoke nostalgia and reawaken the sport of enterprise, which this genre of music fed with its appeal. Ace broadcasters Chuzi Boku and Ngozi Ibebu were on hand.
Yeah, we are going back to the 70s and 80s. And you know, the 70s, we had a different type of dance styles. And we had different types of dressing. And we come back for the dressing. For the dance styles, we had what we call smoosh. The one is your hand this way. You know, we had cha-cha-cha, we had tango, we have twist, iguoko, we had ramba. All these I am saying, if you feel like dancing, sweetheart, do the old school dance.
I want you to know, for the younger ones, that why we organize this concert is for the old and the new to blend. You can still take a lot of things away from the music you heard tonight for a blend of music of tomorrow. Our governor is such a wonderful person that stanza in our national anthem, that the labors of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in about 38 years, the Wings, as we knew them when we were young, they are playing together. Courtesy of His Excellency, the Governor of Anambra State, the hard-working governor. Wings on stage.
It's no good, no, it's no good. Only where you left us, spot made us. No, it's no good. I see we parted. It's no good, no, it's no good. Where you left us, spot made us. No, it's no good. I see we parted. Friends, brothers and sisters, all are crying for you. Oh no, spot made us. I am so good, and you where you left us. But I promise you, we shall meet to stop the war. But I promise you, we shall meet to stop the war. You left the brothers stitches in the eyes of your dear ones, leaving on land without answers in this wicked world. You left the brothers stitches in the eyes of your dear ones. Just let me alone in this world. Just let me and then just let me alone in this world. I will not let me then just let me alone in this world. I will not let me
In 1974, the Wings had a very big tragedy. They were a very important, electrifying pop group of the 70s. In 1974, they had a tragedy. They were involved in a ghastly motor accident that claimed the life of their star singer, Spud Nathan. As a consequence, they have been embroiled in legal battle. So they divided into two, factions, Super Wings and Original Wings. They never saw eye to eye, they never met, they never played together until the 16th of April 2017, under the watch and the uniting spirit of Governor Obiano, they played as one on stage.
Midway through the concert, Governor Willie Obiano took the stage, thanking the people for their support and paid tribute to the stars of the 70s for their contribution to the unification of the Igbo nation.
We are talking about a governor in just 3 years. He has been invested with an honor as the Son Governor of the year 2015. Leadership Newspapers Governor of the year 2016. Telegraph Newspapers Governor of the year 2016. Vanguard Newspapers Governor of the year 2016. He also won the 6th prize for good governance in 2015. That was for him. Otumba Tayeshe of Yoruba land. Yes, Your Excellency, Chief Willie Obiano,
This evening is to remember people that made the Southeast proud 40-30 years ago. Most of you were not born then. Even Nigeria couldn't do Flavour, or not whoever. Flavour near. Flavour near. Nabania. Okay, Nabania. Mana Papunu na Mamunu, Maigwe Itiba. They had the inspiration for over 10 years to rule the music industry and projected the Southeast very prominently. And I felt that they should be honored. And that's why we brought all of them here.
The governor used the occasion to pay tribute to Chief Zebrudaya of the New Masquerade fame and members of the Rangers Football Club, all who had come to witness the Easter extravaganza.
Your Excellency, if I am told you are not proud of you, I'm lying. I'm not for Papa. I am only glad just to be here today. When the chronology of musicians and the galaxy of them was performance, the one that struck me in the head, my tympanic membrane, was the actions. They was forgetful that there was back Chief Zebrudaya in Zebrudaya, don't come on, don't come on, Zebrudaya de chopo, Zebrudaya de chopo, Clarence don't make so. Are you see what I'm saying? What we have do today in Anambra State for the artists, only Chineke God will pay you back.
Okay, with the invitation to be here, and I saw the list of the artists lined up for this occasion. I was very happy because I found them to be all my boys that I grew. Before this idea of this show is conceived, it's well received outside the states. It is well, and people are jealous that you have this kind of a man as your governor. Ono dise ike ono ekwena kanjena aja abo ya topia ono Ekwueme chance for transform Anambra to something where heaven.
We invited as a team, ex-Rangers players. So when I've never seen such thing in my life, being organized anywhere. So I was very happy.
To the surprise of the crowd, Flavour mounted the stage, thrilling the audience with his super hits.
Are you ready now? 1, 2, sing now. Professor Professor Swallow-Boyibo. Don't be silly about your job. Don't be part of Professor Swallow-Boyibo. Professor
In the early hours of the morning, band after band took turns on stage playing.
Semicolon is an Anambra man from Amici, but resides in Umuahia. So all through the history of pump and funk in Nigeria, is regarded as an Umuahia based, but he's from Anambra. Was a broadcaster, played for the army during the Nigerian Biafran War, had problem with the army, they seized his instrument of play, and he said that his musical career had come to a full stop. At the end of the war, they released his instruments. He converted the full stop to semicolon. So that's how his name became Semicolon, immediately after the war.
They are playing far back at 70s, 80s. It is not the one now that are playing just raga, because their music, when singing it, the wordings got meanings, you see, and they are instrumental, very low, so that you can understand the music. I feel so happy, and as you see me, I was dancing, and I can sing it. Governor Obiano is trying, and we hope that this second term, he must be the governor, because even if our salary, he has to pay us before 30th. So we are just enjoying him. He's doing very well.
I'm fulfilled. So only that we were beating our heads against the wall, working for the other man. Monkey the work, the job. We blazed the trail and we didn't have the money. In those days, we did not know that one could play music and live by it. We were playing for the fame. Nanami the single. That is the way they hear my voice be that though. We did not know that we could play music, get royalties from it, buy a car, build a house. We didn't know.
Wrinkar's experience is actually Dan Iron of Wrinkar's experience, if you want to get it right. Dan Iron of Wrinkar's experience. Dan is from Anambra, from Ohale. Dan Iron is a combination of his father's name and his name. I mean, he has told the story. Then he wrote songs, 3 evergreen top hit songs for Wrinkar's experience. Fuel for Love, Money to Burn, and Sound Wave.
Follow
70s. It's like the present day, maybe Two-Face or P Square. One World then. It wasn't everybody that could pay to go and watch One World. Two things distinguished them. They were elitist, very elegant. They had a style, a vocal style that was not common with the other groups. Why Foundars 15? Because they were entertainment units of the 15 brigades of the Biafran army. So that's why Foundars 15, you know. And you know they did what EMI, the only recording company that time considered as top songs of the 70s. So theirs made the top songs. That's a Be My Own. So and they were there. Another group that came as a matter of accident. They were doing their different things, you know, in different groups, PRO, and then one evening they were just rehearsing. They were rehearsing in Tourist Hotel, in Tourist Garden, owned by Mbanigo, you know, Chief Mbanigo. And then someone had their music and said, okay, we want to record them. And there and then they put themselves together as Shoebraze and recorded their hit songs across the desert. So that's Shoebraze. Every song they done by Shoebraze was a hit.
Tell me what to do, I will do it. Set me on an error, I will go for you. Once it's story, the imagination just consent with your production.
touched people. He has touched people. He has touched people over and over and over. And it is not really all about how much money you bring out and how much money you spend. No. It is more about how much concern you show for the man out there. It's a great heart. The heart that thought about it is a great heart. Very few people, that never happened. When we were discussing and they said 10 bands will be on 10, I said it has never happened. No, I've never gone to a show where 4 bands played. How much more 10? I keep telling people there is no way he can lose this election. You know why? He has touched people.
There was no demarcations for us because we formed the group in Biafra. From different groups we came together and formed the Funkees. And then we came over to Nigeria before the war. Nigerians wanted the officers, Biafran officers, to come and register. The Igbos were not forthcoming, they were not coming out because they were afraid to be killed. So our presence in the world brought the young men out because they knew us in Biafra. So they all came out and then the registration took place. Then the state, this central state, was having a problem. The civil servants didn't want to come out. So now we had to move to Enugu. When we got to Enugu, it was a ghost town. There was no, civilians were non-existent. The army and a few outside men who sold tea on the road. So that was it. So we got into This Spring, gave us a contract. Okay, we stayed in This Spring and we're playing every night. Every night. From This Spring we went to Atlantic Hotel. Then I think the army came in somehow, the 87th Division. Then they came in and then started organizing officers' mess party just to attract people out from their villages. You know, so we're playing that monthly. I think Nigerians should appreciate that. Before we now went to Aba, Aba was filled up with people, you know, but the music life was dead. So Funkees started again and then built up the music life in Aba.
Recall it was the same spirit that Governor Obiano in 2015 organized Ozemezina, the final burial rites of fallen compatriots of Igbo extraction who lost their lives in war, including the Biafra-Nigeria Civil War.
In a generation comes a man that is truly, truly a leader who came to lead. People like that have the uncommon ability to see things that are not conventional. And that is how I see Governor Willie Obiano. In 2014, he did something that was unthought of. No person of Igbo extraction that has been in leadership that has done that. He organized the very final note, final burial rite of anyone of Igbo soul that died in crisis, battle, war, called Ozemezina. All the states in the southeast, in one purpose, gathered in Ekwueme Square and participated in this rite of passage, which, if you analyze from the point of understanding of the Igbo philosophy, Igbo cosmology, what Willie Obiano did was leading the entire Igbo race into doing a day's event that brought the living to be in consonance, in fraternity, at one with the spirits of those that passed on in common battle. Igbo philosophy holds the dead in very good esteem, that you must bury the dead and give the dead a quiet eternity. So he did that. People saw that thing as very casual, but it is not. It was a very deep and profound thought that he expressed there. So, and that is Ozemena, quiet for the dead. Now, when the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs came up with this idea of celebrating those that facilitated the living, the survivors of the war, to reintegrate back into Nigeria, from the music side, from the art side, the governor picked it immediately. So it is like the Philip side, the other side of the coin, celebrating the living. Ozemezina celebrated the dead. This celebrated the living. Incidentally, it was celebrated on a day that Christendom regarded as the resurrection day for Jesus. So he actually resurrected them because these guys were almost in the twilight of their life.
Resurrection Concert underscores Anambra's safest state status on a practical plane. Governor Willie Obiano has brought into Anambra a life of light, joy, and concord. It is through events like this that citizens can savour the environment of security and personal safety in the state.
Oh, man, Oh, mama, why don't you go? I wanna know why everything in the house is so old. I wanna know why you leave us to scramble for food. Since I was young, I never had a bit of happiness, but I used to see my mates praising in merriment. Never had no car, never had no phone, never had no toys. Mama was a roving gambler, sexing, drinking all the hours of the night.
We wrote and sang and played prophetically, not just necessarily professionally, but we played prophetically. If a guitarist is playing, he will play something prophetic. If a trumpeter is blowing, he blows something prophetic. If a saxophonist is playing, the 3 or 10 seconds he has, he will do something prophetic, something you can always remember and appreciate.
Going out every night, we ride different men. Never can't find anything other than her beauty. Enticing every man looking pretty and merry man. And when should I none of her friends get for her? That is our tell her cause we're a beauty gone.